It is Have a Heart Wish-a-thon for Make-A-Wish today. Rob coming to you from the Foxhole, and I'll tell you what, we are being joined by a great family. We're going to get to them here in a second. But folks, wishes can't wait. We got to make wishes happen now, and you can donate just by texting WISH to 77,000. We'll send you back a link. They give you all the information you need to get everything you need. 933-8800 is another way you can donate just by calling in. But wishes can't wait. We want to make sure we grant all the wishes that are needed right here in Northeast Arkansas. So let's go, and we're going to talk to Olivia, and then, of course, her mom, Amanda, and Christopher, and her brother Grayson's with us today. How y'all doing?
Great.
Awesome. All right. So, Olivia, let's start with you. It's always amazing when I do this because the kids know the big words that us parents and adults are like, how do you say that? But Olivia, tell me, how did you end up going into the hospital, and what do you have?
I have a brain tumor, and how we first found out, I was at school, and I just automatically started vomiting. I went home, and we went to the hospital, and I got diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Wow. Now, how old were you?
8.
8 years old. Wow. So, Amanda, let me ask you, your daughter comes home, she's throwing up, not feeling good. The last thing you think you're going to do is just maybe a flu, something like that. You go to the hospital and they say a brain tumor. I mean, what comes over you and Christopher at that moment?
Well, she had struggled with headaches, and this specific day, we just felt like we needed to get her to the ER and get a scan of some sort. And we just feel like God put us where we were supposed to be to find what she's got so we can start treatment and get on the path to recovery.
Well, I'll tell you what, Olivia, how old are you right now?
I am 10.
You're 10 years old. And I can imagine you're a normal 10-year-old?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. I can tell mom and dad got their smiles on. So, all right. So, Amanda, Christopher, how did you guys come about with Make-A-Wish? How did that end up happening with you guys?
Well, actually, I had a former coworker, a friend that worked with me at the health department, who reached out to me and just said, I'm going to be doing my first wish, and I would love to nominate Olivia to do that. Would you want to? And she chose us to be nominated, and this was her first wish to grant a family.
Wow. So have you heard of Make-A-Wish before then?
Yes.
Okay, so you knew a little bit about the program. Folks, we're talking with Olivia, and of course, Amanda, her mom, and Christopher, dad, and Grayson is there today. Of course, it is Have a Heart Wish-a-thon for Make-A-Wish. Wishes can't wait, folks. Text WISH to 77,000. All right, so Olivia, they come to grant your wish, and what was your wish?
To have a she shed.
Have a she? Why did you pick a she? I mean, we've heard of Disney trips and NASCAR trips. Why a she shed?
Well, I wanted to go to Disney, and then my mom told me it would only be a one-time thing.
Sure.
So, I wanted something added on to the house. Obviously, I wanted a movie room, but they couldn't do that because they can't add on to the house, like our house.
Sure.
So, I wanted a tree house. I could only go out there in the summer, and then I thought of a clubhouse, and then they said, big girls don't have clubhouses. They have she sheds. And I didn't know what that was. And they told me all about it, and it came to be my wish.
Wow. So you and your mom actually did a lot of work. You ended up starting to look things over and start to plan out the whole thing, right?
Yep. We had a Pinterest page, didn't we?
Oh, wow. So I know there's one particular color that the she shed is pretty much colored in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What color is that?
It is pink.
I figured, yes. And this was also a place that you just wanted a place for you to go, right? Is that what it was? Just kind of have your own personal space?
Well, I wanted a place for me and my friends to have sleepovers at, and my brother and my brother. But I wanted a place for with me and my friends to hang out in. So yeah.
Oh, wow. That was great. So how long ago was that wish granted?
That wish was granted, was it April?
Almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're enjoying the she shed?
Mhm.
Yes. Now, let me ask you, Olivia, and then I'll ask your mom. Same question. Today is Have a Heart Wish-a-thon for Make-A-Wish. For people that are listening, they're hearing your story, 8 years old, you go to the hospital, you find out you have a brain tumor. What would you say for them if they're thinking about giving today to make a wish? What would you say to them?
Do it because it's a really great company, and you don't know, maybe you could one day have a medical condition that you have to that you want a wish. So yeah.
Amanda, how about you and Christopher? What would you tell parents that are listening today about Make-A-Wish?
This is something great. These kids, they go through so much blood draws and needle sticks and IVs and CAT scans and MRIs and radiation and chemotherapy, and they're in a lot of pain. And this just gives them something to do, something to look forward to.
Well, and I was reading a little bit about you guys, and that was the thing that I thought was great, is that you said you were looking at a year that was going to be probably one of the hardest years in your life, having to go through chemo and everything, but all of a sudden having this this wish granted, it actually turned things around because now you have something to look forward to, right?
Right. We got to plan for decorations and plan for what we would do in there. And especially during COVID, when you can't necessarily be around a lot of folks, we had a special place that she could just go and play and watch movies and being outside without really being too outside.
Well, every time you talk about the she shed, I can see Olivia's just smiling from ear to ear. It's great that a wish like that, and sometimes we think some of the biggest wishes are the greatest things, but sometimes it's the small wishes that make people happy, and it has it for you guys, and especially Olivia, right?
Yes. It's something that we're going to have forever as she grows up, and it's kind of something that's just going to continue to be a wish that'll continue to be granted.
And how are you doing today, Olivia?
I feel pretty good.
Pretty good. All right. Well, you know what? I want to thank y'all for taking some time today. Have a Heart Wish-a-thon for Make-A-Wish going on, folks. You can text WISH to 77,000. You can call 933-8800. You can make that donation, and the money's going to stay right here in Northeast Arkansas. That's the best thing. We're going to grant the wishes of kids right here in Northeast Arkansas. So I want to thank you, Olivia, Amanda, Christopher, Grayson. Thank y'all so much for your time today. I'm glad everything's going well, and enjoy that she shed. Have a lot more fun with that. All right.
Okay.
All right, folks. It is Have a Heart Wish-a-thon for Make-A-Wish. It's all happening with the Jonesboro Radio Group.